If you have too much coffee, don't let it get stale. You can freeze it. Coffee freezes pretty good. But here's the thing, if you just throw a bunch of coffee in the freezer, you might be missing some critical things that will spoil it before you can use it. Your biggest enemy is condensation. This can ruin your coffee maybe even faster than just leaving it in a cupboard if you're not careful. So I tested the best methods over the last year or so to see which is the king for keeping your coffee tasting amazing for years and what to avoid. I found 2 methods that work really well, but before that, here's what you need to do first. Before you just drop your coffee bags in a freezer, you've got to de-ice it first. All the ice that collects on the walls and on the top and bottom of your freezer can introduce a lot of moisture into the air in your freezer. So to de-ice it, all you have to do is turn it off, take everything out, and put a big bowl of boiling water in the freezer with the door open to speed this up. If you have a lot of stuff in your freezer, put it in a freezer bag with a few ice packs, and hopefully it won't all defrost. Now, once that's done, you can just put the sealed bag of coffee in the freezer. That's it, video over, right? Not so fast. For this method, you want to get as much air out of the bag as possible. The more air there is, the easier it is for moisture to get into the bag and between the beans. And moisture will make your coffee stale. It's probably even worse than not freezing it at all. You don't want to be taking it out and putting it back in again all the time either. It's better if you just freeze the bag if you've got too much coffee, and then just take the whole bag out when you need it. But an even better way is to get some of these little tubes. I got 50 of them on Amazon for like £10. They're basically test tubes and they can fit up to around 23 or 24 grams of coffee, so it's perfect for 1 espresso shot's worth. This is my favorite way to store decaf coffee because I don't want to drink it that often, so I weigh out single shot doses and I can just take one out when I want a decaf. If I just stored it in a bag, it would freeze and unfreeze and it would get stale long before I finished it off. I also 3D printed this great little test tube holder thing so I can easily keep them organized, and I can just write the name of the coffee on the first tube in the line so I don't have to write it on each and every one, because, you know, I'm lazy. And of course, to make sure I can easily dial in for the individual shot, I keep notes on each coffee in my Brew Ledger and mark the pages at the top so it's easy to spot when I'm flipping back through. So according to my Brew Ledger, I looked up this decaf coffee from Parallel in Glasgow, which was a great slow presso shot. Very, very sweet and flavorful, so I've got that dialed in on my Data S at a grind size of 20 with 21 grams. All that info is in my Brew Ledger, so even if I upgrade my gear or I'm testing something else like another basket or a different grinder burr, I can know exactly what to come back to make the perfect shot I got before. I'll leave a link to this in the description. Now, if you really want your coffee to keep forever, the best way is to use vacuum sealed packs. This is a little bit more involved, but still pretty affordable. This vacuum sealer was something like £30 and maybe £5 for 20 of the bags. And you can cut the bags down if you just want to get the bigger ones and then seal both ends, but I tend to just use the smaller bags anyway. What I do is, again, dial in the coffee before freezing it, especially paying close attention to the dose. For that decaf coffee, it was 21 grams, but like I said in my video about it, every coffee has different density, and you need to adjust based on the headspace above the coffee if you're using a traditional pump espresso machine. Having this number is really great, so I can just put 3 or 4 shots worth in one bag, so I don't waste any coffee and have exactly what I need. If you want to, you can use a container that removes the air. I have this Airscape one which has an air removing chamber which should create a buffer between the cold freezer air and the beans. And I didn't notice any negative flavor changes after a month of freezing this yummy Brazilian from Wildcard Roastery, which is my sister's roastery up in Cambridgeshire. When defrosting, all you have to keep in mind is making sure that condensation isn't getting in. If you want to refreeze it, there's no reason that shouldn't work, but I tend to not want to do all that setup again, especially when I'm using vacuum bags. So I put it in the freezer amounts that I can use without resealing. This tends to work very well for me and my process, and I get very, very nice coffee for a very long time. Just as I was preparing this video for release, a friend of mine saw what I was talking about in the video and said, why haven't you included icing your espresso and actually freezing it so you can just put it straight into a cup and drink it straight away? So I got this cute little silicone mold and turned it into these little coffee bean shaped ice cubes. The main issue that I have with coffee ice cubes is that it's fine for something like an Americano, which is not something I typically drink. You can use it for an iced latte, which is pretty good, but it just doesn't have that oomph that a fresh espresso tastes like. It also does take quite a while to melt, so if you want to speed that process up, you can just pour it into your jug and give it a quick steam on your espresso machine. It almost kind of has the texture of something like an Aerocano. I don't know if you remember this. This was a trend on TikTok and Instagram a few years ago, but what you would do is put some ice cubes into an espresso with a little bit of water and mix it all together, and it would create this kind of like foamy, bubbly, almost like a nitro espresso kind of drink, but just using the steam wand on your espresso machine. If you want to give it a try, let me know how you found it in the comments, but personally, I wouldn't choose this method to freeze my coffee, especially not for the long term. Now, some people get separate freezers for coffee, and part of that is because other things in your freezer can spread aromas. So you don't want to be putting all of your coffee next to a bunch of frozen leftovers or something like that. There's a very real chance of flavors infusing. I can't think of very many things more off-putting than meat-infused coffee. A way around this is to get a plastic Tupperware container that seals all the way around and keeping your coffee in that. At some point, I'm going to get a separate coffee freezer, but at the moment, it doesn't seem all that necessary when I have plenty of space in my current freezer and not all that much else in there other than sealed food for my dog. I hope this helped. Let me know in the comments if you have any very nice coffees that you've frozen to keep forever, or if you want to try this. And check the link in the description to pick up a copy of the Brew Ledger, which is on sale at the time of this video's release. Thank you so much for watching, you wonderfully overcaffeinated people, and I'll see you on the next one.